Guys, the reality is I should have made this video 2 hours ago, but I've been too busy playing with this tool that I'm going to show you right now, and it's amazing. It's going to change the way content creation is done forever. All right, now you may know about and have probably heard about anything related to AI. You can't go very far these days without hearing about it, seeing something about it in a headline. But unless you're really involved in that tech or follow it closely, you may not even know where it's at, what it's really capable of, and how it's going to improve or hurt our current lifestyle. But for today and for right now, there's a tool available made from AI, from really smart folks, who will let you input any plain language text. So, man on a bike, girl working out, dog superhero, whatever you can think of, and it will turn it into an image. And I don't just mean an image, I mean like an incredibly detailed rendering that in a previous life, we would have had to have found a very good graphic designer on a freelance platform, paid them way more than we want to for one image. I just sat in my garage having my morning coffee and I made about 20 images just messing around with really no skill. Now there's a bit of a learning curve, but nonetheless, let me just show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I typed in dog as a superhero, highly detailed, cinematic studio lighting. And I got a dog that's a superhero. Now the great thing about this, I mean, if you zoom in, look at the freaking detail, my goodness. Now, this opens a lot of possibilities. Maybe you're a YouTuber and you want to create those really cool looking, techie, futuristic thumbnails that people pay, $20 to $50 per pop for some freelancer to make for them. Maybe your blog needs stock images, but you're in a niche that doesn't have a ton of stock images and you need some kind of unique photos. Well, you can do that. So let's look at some more. I typed in ripped female CrossFitter exercising or working out, highly detailed. And this is what it created. Now, if you look closely, that looks like it's supposed to be a logo, but it's not really a logo because the AI is not making you a logo. They're not making you they're not going to put a Reebok shirt on her unless you specify that. So it just puts a generic, unreadable brand logo on the shirt to make it look more realistic. But look at other things, right? So the sharp lines on the shoulders, the bokeh or the blurred background effect like it was done by a real photographer. This woman does not exist. This is someone just created by AI. You can reverse image search all of these images on Google and you will not find them anywhere else because it was just generated this morning in my garage. Here is I put in female humanoid robot, highly detailed portrait, cinematic lighting, and this is what I got. I don't even know what this is. I don't think that's actually a thing. And if you get real close and pixel peep, you can see things are not perfect, but it's not supposed to be perfect. It's already incredible what it's doing. And so here's some more renditions of that. This is just the stuff I was playing around with. I had read something about Tesla releasing an AI robot soon that they were going to release at their AI day. And so I asked this machine to create it. And this is what it gave me. Now, because I wrote Tesla robot, it tried to do some version of this Tesla logo, but it's not the same and it wouldn't be a copyright infringement. And if you get closer here, you can see like the lips are kind of messed up here. Because the machine learning is literally creating this image out of millions of other images in its database. So it's mashing things together, and I'm not a tech guy, I'm not a data scientist, so I'm not going to pretend to know how it works. But essentially, because it's creating an image out of thin air based on only what it's seen in its database, nothing's going to be perfect and nothing's going to be that detailed. But the details it provides and the surroundings and the images look incredible. And if you need a stock image for a website, you need a YouTube thumbnail, again, you can get some really cool things out of this. Here's another one of the Tesla renders that it came up with. And once again, it's got some writing there in the eyes, but if you zoom in, it's just gibberish. It's like hieroglyphics. It's just something the computer puts there to give you the image of some sort of data coming across her lenses there. Another render of Tesla robot. I asked for a Tesla Model 3 on the moon, and that's what it gave me. I asked for a Tesla rendition, I asked for a 3D render of the Tesla home that's rumored to be coming out in a few years, and that's what it gave me. And there's another version of it. These aren't real images. They look really cool, And who knows what the real product will look like, but this is what the AI machine learning came up with. Maybe you need a 3D render of a vehicle that's coming out soon you can describe, but you've never really seen the real product. Well, there you go. I put in a 3D render of the Tesla semi-truck, and this is what it came up with. Again, zoom in really close, and things don't really make sense. It looks like they might have seen a chair or something there, or a glare. There's nothing on the back end there. If you go over here, I don't even know what that is. But you get the point. It's creating incredible images that relay your message for free. Well, for $30 a month. Let me see if I got any more of these. All right, so maybe you got a food blog. Well, I just typed in chef working in a hot steamy kitchen cooking food, and here's what I got. That looks like a real dude back there. Now again, zoom in. What the heck is that? That's not a real hand, but it's not supposed to be a real hand. That's what the machine learning believes it looks like. It gets confused by small intricate details like hands and feet. Sometimes eyes get screwed up. But think about your readers, think about your visitors. They're gonna look at a picture for a second, a 2 second. They're gonna get the gist of it. They're gonna focus on what the idea is. I asked for chicken fried rice, and it literally made me an image that looks incredibly real. And I'm blown away. So food blogs, food thumbnails, stock images running short. You can literally create your own food stock image. Here is another female CrossFitter I made. Again, this is not a real person. And again, you'll notice that when you zoom in real close, the nose is messed up. I don't know what is happening here. It looks like the hair got blended with the wrinkles of the eyes. The computer, gets a little confused when it makes stuff. The shoulder here doesn't really make a lot of sense. But zoom out. And just picture yourself being a visitor to a website. You glance at that, okay, it's a female CrossFitter. Let me get back to my article about the 5 best gloves for training CrossFit or 5 best pull-up bar techniques. This is a great way to incorporate a free image that fits your niche, that is completely original and can be tailored to whatever specifications you make. Here's another one of food. Let's be real, guys. I don't even think that's real food. What is that? But it just came up with that when I asked for a chef cooking in a hot kitchen. They put a glove on this one, but his hand is screwed up. But again, if you just were to glance at it, pretty cool. Another superhero dog. Look at the detail, the lines, the eyes, a little glare and shadows in the eyes. Another superhero dog. I don't know why I focused so long on this today, but it was fun. A little Captain America pug. Another guy working out. My grilling blog, all of you guys know I have that. Is that a real steak? Looks like one. It's not. It was literally created with AI. I asked for a steak cooking on a grill with sear marks cooking over hot coals. And this is what it gave me. Blurred background, point of focus, like a real photographer took real food photos. This is just a 3D rendering of a Tesla Model 3. Another steak. Kanye West as the Joker. Guys, you can just mess around for days. I could have dialed this in more if I would have just wasted my entire day on it. Here's a good example of when things can go wrong. This is what I ended up with, but while the machine was trying to figure things out, it came up with this. And what is going on with his arm, his back? There's a lot of things screwed up there. So the machine will give you some options like it did here. It gave me 2, and I picked the one that makes the most sense. And then it dives deeper into that one. And it will you'll kind of like go down this funnel till you get the final image you want. Starts off weird and usually ends pretty good. But if you want to go down your own rabbit hole, what you can do is you can go to Midjourney, sign in, and you can go to their community feed here and look at the things people are creating. Like, come on. And the way they got that image is they typed in cute anthropomorphic bunny in a kimono under a cherry blossom and Pixar style octane render. So the more modifiers and details you give the AI, the more it knows what to work with. Now look at something like, well, these two, right? So you have this. Look at this, for example, a very cool surfing photo. Out of focus at the foreground, in focus on your subject. It's a very like traditional photography style. And it looks very cool. Now, when you zoom in, that's where things get a little iffy, like, oh, okay, it's definitely not real. But again, glancing, visitors, people scrolling, you need new images that are original, it works. Now look at something like this. This looks like a real human. It looks like a real person came into a studio and got their picture taken. Maybe you've got a car blog and you want to talk about the latest EV that's rumored to be coming out and you want to make your own spin on it. So you put in here like latest vehicle and then add all electric, render, concept car, and maybe you get something like this. This looks like a very interesting concept of a Volkswagen. Now, if you look closely, it's not a Volkswagen. And then they even do something like this. Notice down here, it looks like an artist signed it. He didn't. What the computer does is it looks at concept designs from its database, and it notices a trend that they have a signature or a watermark in the right-hand corner, so they add an illegible one. Here is some sort of Honda concept. Now think about photoshopping these or adding these to an existing thumbnail or image with some lettering. You could really make a very cool thumbnail image with these. You get the point. I'll link this down below. There's no affiliate program for this. There's no payouts. There's no partnerships. I don't even know who made this program. It's just incredible. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So go to midjourney.com, make your free account, play around, get yourself some free images, and see what you can create. And if this is the beginning of AI, I don't know where we're headed from here, but it's pretty cool and scary. We'll see you next time.